I don't know. I just like that tune. So, if you were watching Pat's show, then I put in his chat that I would be doing this at 8. And boy, at the time I did. I was all full of piss and vinegar, but then I went to the restroom and took a leak. So now I'm completely bereft of energy. Oh boy, what a brutal shift. It not really, but it was long. And I'm tired and all that. But really, with all the stuff I'm doing, this is probably my one chance to even do anything with this. And I thought, I'll just read it live, and I've done a couple of them. But anyway, it is what it is. That's the universal excuse for everything. So once again, this is from the comic book series called The Beyond. Beyond what? Well, I guess everything. Yeah, life, I suppose. Especially in this case, because it deals with the dead. So, well, we'll make the most of this that we can. So, the reluctant ghost is our tale. Yeah. Here in this room of swiftly moving shadows, they dared to tear aside the veil of darkest mystery, to raise the dreaded curtain which separates the lives of mortal men from the world of departed spirits. It would have been wiser to leave such things undisturbed. For human eyes were not intended to view the indescribable horror which lies beyond the grave. And there, I guess, we have the definition of beyond. It's stuff that's beyond the grave. And I don't just mean like something behind the headstone, someone left a beer bottle or something there, and like, oh, that's disrespectful. So here they are, I don't know, after they were token some pot, and because you can see all the mist floating around, they decided, hey, let's have a seance.
You will shut your eyes and make no sound until I have been able to contact the spirit world.
I don't know why he has to wear a mask while doing it, but doesn't want anybody to know he's into this sort of thing. As well,
The air about me is heavily disturbed, and slowly now the shadowy veil which separates our world from that of the dead is being drawn aside. Yes, I see it now. A dark form has begun to emerge. I command you, who hails from beyond the grave, to enter our circle of influence. Come forth, spirit.
And so here we have the spirit walking along. It must be Jacob Marley from Christmas Carol. He's got the chains. Although Jacob had considerably more chains than that. So I guess this guy is not Jacob Marley. But he has some of the same punishment, just not as severe. He was only, slightly of a miser than Jacob, Well, anyway,
why do you call me forth now? This moment out of all eternity.
Funny how he's got to look like the rotting corpse that's in his grave by now. Or, I don't know, it depends on how old he is. Seems like he would look like he did at the moment of his death. Did he look like that? Jeez, that must have been awful. Anyway,
there are things we must know. The living cannot tell us, but the dead can.
I have just completed a long and wearisome journey, during which I have suffered painfully for my mortal crimes. You call upon me as I am about to enter the spirit world of reward and peace. Don't keep me from my appointed destiny.
Well, seems reasonable enough.
The very nature of your presence commands that you fulfill your obligations to those who called you forth. You will do what each of us requests.
If that is what you wish, then that is the way it shall be. I shall comply with your requests exactly as each of you commands me. Which of you speaks first?
It's a good thing he's just an intangible wraith. I don't know if there's any stench, but you can imagine what the stench would be, you know.
I do. I have always longed for great beauty. If I could speak to a famous, beautiful woman of the past,
Whoa, you play for the other team, huh?
perhaps I could.
Perhaps you could learn the secret of your beauty. Is that it? Then you shall have your answer tonight when the clock strikes the 12th hour.
Well, anyway, as the final hollow tones echoed through the room, the spectral image gradually dissolved and was swiftly lost amidst the pattern of shifting shadows. Shadows? It looks, I don't know, it looks like crap. Anyway,
You did very well, Marcia. You shall have your answer, as I promised you would. Thank you, Mr. Drivet. I'd best be leaving. It's been such a strain.
but I was hoping well, oops. At the approach of midnight, a strange and disturbing storm blew fitfully over Marcia Payne's home. Then, at the first stroke of 12, an illuminating blast of lightning ripped a jagged streak across the wind-swept sky.
It must be the time. That glow across the rim.
Come forward, Marcia Payne. I have brought the spirit of the great Cleopatra to speak to you.
Cleopatra? Surely she can tell me what I want to know.
Yeah, just wear a veil. She doesn't look all that bad. I don't know. Anyway.
I have been brought a great distance to speak to you, and time is short. Tell me what you wish, quickly. I want beauty, great Cleopatra, such as you possess.
Actually, the word was Cleopatra wasn't all that hot, but she just knew how to work it, you know? Yeah, she had a charm to her. Yeah.
Beauty is only a temporary thing. Its span is but a short moment, and then it fades like the flower at the wayside. I don't care. Give me beauty such as you possess. Give me your beauty, Cleopatra, and I shall have all I ever wanted. Here is my beauty, then. Here is beauty as old as death.
As the sight of the horrifying apparition, the girl crumpled to the floor in a dead faint.
You fool! You would tamper with things best left undisturbed. This night shall live in your memory till your dying day.
Boy, she must have really crapped her shorts at that, yeah. But let that be a lesson to you.
The following evening, when Drivet answered his front door,
"You're late, Gibson. Why isn't Marcia with you?"
That's just it, Drivet. I simply can't make it out. I stopped by her place on the way over, and she refused to see me. Wouldn't give any reason either.
You're just not her type. Never mind her, then. We'll start the seance without her.
Once again, the mystical incantation was repeated, and as it reached a feverish pitch, the air was disturbed by a strange and pulsating vibration. Look! It appears again! I come once more as you command, but I warn you that your action shall bring unholy disgrace upon yourselves.
Well, you should have said that in the first place. The poor girl didn't know, you know? Anyway,
release my spirit to continue its journey before it's too late.
Your threats mean nothing. We are prepared to put our second request to you. Speak to the spirit, Gibson, quickly.
my request is to know the future.
Imagine the
power I would have if I knew of events before they happened. You shall have your request. Tonight, at midnight, I shall give you your glimpse into the future. Tick tock, doo 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 doo. True to his word, the ghost appeared at midnight, and beckoning Gibson forward, led him to the cemetery at the edge of town. Here where the dead lie buried in their rotting graves, you will have your answer.
Wait, what's coming towards us?
In his time, he was known as the Prophet. He is the best prepared to fulfill your request. Follow him.
Yes, of course. Pooh. Oh, pooh. What sort of graveyard is this? The dead aren't buried.
They are buried, but in my presence they are revealed to you as they appear beneath the earth. Come, we have only a little more to go. You asked to know the future, and you shall know it. Look behind you and see for yourself.
Behind me? No! It's my own gravestone! And my date of birth, and
your date of death as well. Only 3 weeks off. You dared to know the future. Now you know.
I don't want to know! Not that! Help me! Help me! Dumbass.
Unable to withstand the terrible shock, Gibson's mind gave way, and the night air was torn with a wild cry of mad hysteria. The following night, as Drivet was alone in the seance room.
So Gibson has become a raving lunatic.
It's probably what gets him killed, running around. Probably gets hit by a car or something. See? Self-fulfilling prophecy. You'd best leave that crap alone. I think that's the lesson here. But let's read on.
Well, he deserved it. He wanted too much, but I won't make the same mistake. The time has come for me to make my request, and I shall have it. Come forth, spirit. Make haste to do my bidding. Aha! You appear quickly. That is good, for we have a full night's work ahead of us.
You call upon me once more, although you know what has happened to the others. Why?
Because they were fools, and I'm not. My request is a simple one. I want money. With money, I can buy beauty.
Well,
With money, I need not know the future, for my future will be secure because of my wealth.
And how can I help you acquire this money?
For you, it will be simple. Somewhere out in those swamps lies the buried treasure of the pirate Captain Lafitte, a fabulous fortune in gold and precious stones. You will point out the spot where it lies hidden.
Agreed. We can leave at once.
equipped with a spade, Drivet followed the spectral image into the dismal bayou. And after a painful march, they came to an open clearing.
Through the medium of kindred spirits, I have been directed to this spot. Dig here, and you will find the treasure you seek.
That is all I care to hear.
For the space of an hour, he dug furiously. And then,
It's here, in the treasure chest. I found it.
dragging the chest out of the hole, it was only a moment before the rusted lock was snapped and the lid thrown back.
A king's ransom. There's more gold here than that noise.
No man of flesh and bone shall take that
I take what I have buried. Begone.
Not without the treasure. You're nothing but spirits. I mean, dead spirits. Anyway, whatever. You can't harm me. The treasure is mine. I won't let you take my foot. It's sinking. I'm in quicksand.
Suddenly, the massive weight of the chest forced the greedy drivet all the more quickly into the yielding muck. Even the instinct to save himself was lost in his all-consuming greed.
It's mine, I tell you. You can't take it from me. I shall have power.
In a sudden sucking motion, the muddy bog gave way.
More power than any man on.
Well, that's it for him, huh?
As the final echoes of the death cry reverberated through the swamp, the chains which bound the spectral form dropped to the earth soundlessly. At last I am free of the claims this mortal placed upon me. Now I can continue to my appointed destiny without further delay.
The end. Why, what an idiot, huh? I mean, there's always a twist, stupid. It didn't matter. He said, oh, I just want to get some money. I mean, I don't know if you just ask him what the secret sauce is in McDonald's or something, something like that. What would have been the outcome? I don't know. But yeah, one by one, and the ghost is like, oh, you stopped me from making it to heaven, huh? Well, screw you. And I mean, I don't know, is that a punishment on the ghost side? Is he going to got to go to hell now? but no. Except for the woman. He didn't really warn her. I don't think. So, but, she was vain. The other idiot just wanted to know the future, didn't realize it would be his future, which, gee, what's your future? You die, the end. That's the end of the story. Of course, he didn't know it was only a couple of weeks later. So, oh my goodness, that must have been really, well, of course we saw it. It drove him nuts, which is probably what leads to his death. And then this idiot, well, I'm just going to get some money out of the deal. And it's like, oh, it's out in the swamp somewhere. Well, yeah. So he should have stuck around for this surprise contest. Oh man, look at this. First prize, $15. Second prize, $5. Third prize, $3. Fourth prize, $2. Oh my goodness. Win a cash prize for just a short letter of not more than 50 words telling us which story you liked best, second best, third best, and why. Also, which other magazines you read regularly. Send it to us, postmarked no later than October 15th or 16th, 1950. Oh, well, you're a little late. There's no point in reading along now. Said do it now, hurry, but Challenge of the Unknown. But this is called The Beyond. And they put the ad in the wrong comic book. So I guess it was all for nothing anyway, But I guess that's usually how life goes, isn't it? Well, maybe not all the time, but. So finally, a little short one. The True Tales of the Supernatural, number 4, which I don't understand. The last one was number 3, but this is issue 1 of the series. What happened to 1 and 2? I guess that's all a part of the mystery, Oh, well, Oliver Chapman lived on his private estate in the suburbs of London. He was subject to rare epileptic fits, during which he lost consciousness. His heart stopped beating, and he took on the appearance of a dead man. One day, in the year 1890, he summoned his heirs to his home.
You all know about my occasional epileptic fits. I have a fear of being thought dead by you during one of my attacks, and being buried alive. Therefore, I have had built on the estate a crypt above ground. Above an open coffin in this crypt is a forgotten attachment for 1 week after my possible death. I want you to place me in this crypt. Should I not stir for a week, you may consider me indeed dead, and have me formally buried. Should I awaken from one of my fits and find myself in the crypt, I shall blow that foghorn to signal you, and you must come to carry me back to the house.
Hey, seems like a solid plan. So anyway, a few months later,
the old man lost consciousness and his heart stopped beating. The family physician pronounced him definitely dead. But his heirs kept their promise to the old man and placed his body in the crypt for 1 week. But on the final night, they were all terrified to hear the eerie wailing of the foghorn.
Good heavens, the signal! Uncle Oliver must still be alive in the crypt.
But when the heirs reached the crypt,
the body is gone.
Perhaps Uncle Oliver blew the horn and then walked back to the house along another path. But a search of the house and grounds failed to reveal the whereabouts of the old man. Then later, as the heirs discussed the mystery in the drawing room,
Look! It's the ghost of Uncle Oliver!
The heirs rushed out onto the terrace, but the ghost had disappeared. And the next morning, the body of the old man was found again, resting in the coffin in the crypt. The family physician examined the body. He's dead, I'm sure of it. Now quit waking me up on weird hours to come deal with this dead body. I suggest a regular burial at once. After burying the old man, his heirs left for London, where they provided for the sale of the estate. Not one of them dared to spend another night in that strange old house. The mystery of the blowing foghorn signal, the missing body which reappeared in the coffin the next morning, and the appearance of the old man's ghost on the terrace was never solved. How would you explain it, readers?
They made it up.
The end.
Yeah. That's probably what happened. Although it would have been funny if they said one of them just couldn't stand it and dug him up again, only to find that he had been clawing at the coffin, that kind of thing. Oh, well. I don't know. They got stoned and saw his ghost or some crap. Whatever. That's probably what happened. That'd be my guess. So what do we have next week here on Mr. Nailsin Sunday Comics? Well, it's called The Phantom Puppet. So the ghost of a puppet looks like he's going to murder this guy. But you can see the little, this is a puppet. Yeah. Man, the other puppets are having a laugh at the whole scene. No, please.
He's going to teach him one, yeah.
So there you go. Well, that ought to be nice and fun and fruity fresh and all that good stuff. But we'll have to wait till next week before that happens. Anyway, this will stay up for people to catch up on later. A. Thompson says first. That's right, A. Thompson. You were first. And last, as it appears. So, best I could do. Anyway, there we go. Another episode of Mr. Nailsin Sunday Comics. And, we'll see what that puppet's all about on the next exciting episode that I'm sure you don't want to miss. Yes. And don't worry, it'll be there because I'm going to do it one way or another. Come hell or high water. Not necessarily in that order, but you get the idea. All right. Everybody have a good day.